as a freelancer, there'll come a point where you may need to or want to collaborate with other freelancers or other partners to your business. Now, the reasons for that can be many. There could be a situation whereby you've built up such a sizable client base that any new inquiries, you maybe can't handle the volume of work. So those collaborators can look like people that you can potentially pass work onto. So they could be people that you refer to leads and maybe hand over the project completely. So in that sense, they're going to be collaborating with you by offering a very similar service than what you do. So if you're a web designer and you're getting too many inquiries you can handle, you may pass that on to a web design colleague. And you can set up certain agreements there whereby potentially you'll recompense for that lead if it converts into an opportunity, or you collaborate on the project and obviously split the revenues accordingly. So there can be that side of things where you're too busy and you're looking at your own service. But the other side of things could also be where there is a clear aligned service that can partner very well with what you offer. So let's say, for example, you are an SEO specialist. So you're expert in organic search and driving organic traffic to clients' websites via SEO. Now, there may be a situation whereby you're driving lots of traffic to a client's website, but that's not converting into leads for them. Now, that's not your specific focus as a freelancer, but if that's a situation you see happening time and again, and ultimately the client really cares about the end result, what's the ROI, what's their return on their total investment in marketing spend. So maybe they're seeing a bit of a problem where you're delivering fantastic work, you're driving a lot of traffic, but they're not seeing the end result of that. You could have a CRO, conversion rate optimization specialist, as someone you collaborate with, and say, right, I'm going to bring them in, and they can take a look at your website for you to the client, and they can do a review, and they can make that site more conversion rate optimized, so that traffic you're driving will then convert into the leads and the sales that the end client is looking for. So it can be, in that sense, collaborative services that you provide. And that's just one example, but there could be a little team. And the beauty of this as well is that you can flow work back and forward between each other. Because maybe that CRO specialist, using that example, has some clients that their website's converting very well, and now they need to start driving more traffic to the site. And your skill set as an SEO could be ideal for that circumstance. And obviously this goes across anything, whether it's marketing, social media and email, design and development colleagues. That can be normally a really good partnership with the kind of technical expert and the creative, and bringing those two skill sets together. So that can be another area of where you can collaborate. So one of the other benefits of collaborating, and I'll link to the video, that freelancing can sometimes become a situation where you're a bit lonely and isolated as a freelancer, particularly if you're used to that hustling, busy team environment that you may have had in a previous company you worked in. Excuse me. So the collaborating side of things helps with that, because obviously then you're working with partners. Chances are they're going to be like-minded people. They're freelance, they work in the same space, working with similar clients. So you can often get some good rapport and bonds with those collaborators. The final point to mention on this topic is around who you choose to work with. And I've seen this go wrong a few times, where people maybe have been they get too confident in someone's abilities just through what they say, and they don't maybe hold the same bar that someone would if they were going to sign you, for example, like a client's perspective about going through the steps. So you still need to have that same high bar of qualification, because ultimately I believe that your reputation is on the line. If you recommend another provider, if you're collaborating with them, or even in the first example, excuse me, if you're passing work onto them, your reputation is on the line, in my view, with that end client. And even if you don't think so, the reality is they're probably going to look at you and have that perception that, well, you did refer that person if they didn't do some good work or there were some problems down the line. Now, you can't obviously foolproof everything, but you can certainly go to a decent level. So I would vet any potential collaborators the same as you as a client would maybe when they're signing you up. So what does that mean? Well, you could be looking at their case studies and examples of work, ask for some previous work, take up some references with some of their previous clients, review their portfolio, obviously have a call with them and discuss some of the sort of their expertise, and you can kind of just get a feel for their skill sets and their experience and their credibility. Review their social profiles, LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. So it's applying that due diligence, because Obviously, you want to work with fantastic people that can deliver a great service. That's going to bring you up, and it's going to be good for your business as well. And we don't really want to think about the flip side, but we do have to be aware of the risk of recommending somebody that could damage our reputation if they don't deliver. So I have seen that go wrong a few times with collaboration. So although I do think it is a very useful tool in your arsenal as a freelancer to have some collaborative partners that you can pull in on different projects or refer work to, it's really important they're of a certain quality that is at least at the level that you're delivering and potentially beyond as well. So a few thoughts there on collaboration for freelancers, a really good space to get into and something that can help accelerate the growth and performance of your freelance business.